So recently I created a character theme song series called Last Reel, which was kind of what I used to get my channel back from who. And you may have noticed that specifically for Happen Chip, aka the Lawn Gnomes, and the Lord High Executioner, I actually used art by Cyber E-Man in 2099 that was more or less based on their book appearances rather than their appearances in the films. I kind of want to expand on why I did that. In this video, I basically go over my top 5 least favorite designs from the Goosebumps movies. Starting off, we have Captain Long Ben One Leg from the Goosebumps Horrorland story Creep from the Deep. In the original story, he's described as being a zombie skeleton pirate, but in the movie, he's just a slightly sinister looking pirate. I understand why they didn't have him be a skeleton, since it mostly likely would have costed a lot, and they probably spent most of their budget on some of the other monsters, most significantly the swamp monster and the jack-o'-lantern. But still, they could have at least made him CGI, like some of the other monsters. Maybe that's just me. Moving on to number 4, we have Happen Chip. While the Lawn Gnomes did appear in the first Goosebumps movie and did have actually really good designs, granted they were fairly accurate to the book where they were very ugly. I can't understand why they did it though, since once again they spent most of their budget on background monsters, so they probably had to make them CGI. And if we've learned anything from the recent live-action Snow White adaptation, it's that dwarves don't exactly look good in CGI. So they opted to just make them look like actual lawn gnomes. However, while the lawn gnomes were pretty much phased out along with the other Goosebumps monsters in Goosebumps 2, which was mostly full of generic Halloween monsters, we did get the appearance of 2 lawn gnomes that were supposed to be Happen Chip, aka 2 lawn gnomes from the book. However, for some reason, when they get brought to life, they become zombie-like, which, yeah, I'm not a big fan of. Like, they could have just kept them looking as is before they were brought to life, but, I don't know, I guess I wanted them to look spookier. I don't know. Moving on to our top 3, starting off, we have the Lord High Executioner from Night in Terror Tower. The Night in Terror Tower is probably the most iconic art in the entire original series. However, for some reason, they did not take any elements from the cover art of the original book for his design in the 15 Goosebumps movie, unlike some of the other monsters. Why exactly, I couldn't possibly tell you, but obviously I think this has something to do with the budget. However, since the Lord Executioner was going to have a larger role in the original draft, which I might do a video on in the future, I think that if he had a larger role in the movie, they likely would have given him a much more cover-accurate design, but maybe that's just me. Moving up to our penultimate entry, we have the Haunted Car. This one is kind of a shout out to my good buddy Deavertoon, since he pointed this out in his My Goosebumps collection video, which I'm going to play a clip from now.
I really like this design for the haunted car, and I really wish this is what the movies went. The first Goosebumps movie went with, instead of just a black car, just a regular black car, no sign of sentience at all.
Like most designs on this list, this could probably come down to the budget. However, still, I think they should have at least had the car be blue, and then maybe give it some sort of hint at it being sentient. I don't know. Once again, maybe it's just me. Number 1 is Clarissa from Be Careful What You Wish For. Do we even need to say anything? I mean, the text is on the screen for you to read.